Okay, here we go. I have never made a kitchen video before, so this is how to do milk kefir. So I have my kefir that's been sitting on the counter, and you can tell it's ready because when you look at it a little bit, it's kind of thick inside, and you don't want it to necessarily be completely solid, but like you can totally tell it's thick. If it's going too long, it's gonna start separating and you're gonna see the whey separate from the curds. So that's when it's gone a little bit too far. It's still usable, still drinkable, just might be a little bit more tart. So this is about perfect. And so I just shake it up and have it ready to go. So I use the large batter bowl from Pampered Chef, and then I got this set of plastic strainers, I think from Walmart. There's a large, medium, and then there's a small one. And the large one fits perfectly on the batter bowl. So I take my kefir, tighten it. I always tighten the lid before I shake it because if not, it goes everywhere. So open it up, scrape the lid off a little bit because there's kefir milk on that. And then you pour it in and it'll splatter. So I just use a spatula and get everything out of there. Sometimes some of the kefir grains will stick on the bottom, so you just gotta make sure if they settle to the bottom and stuck that you just kind of scrape them out. So then basically you're just gonna use your spatula and strain it through this plastic. You're not gonna hurt the grains, so you don't have to be like uber gentle or anything. I kind of smash to get everything out. Get the kefir off the bottom. And then what's left in here are these kefir grains. They're little grains. I have no idea if you can see this or not. They're kind of like, they sort of look like little jelly-ish cauliflowers, like a jellyfish type consistency. And there's gonna be little ones and big ones. The little ones are the newer ones, they're the babies. And so I try to make sure that I try to keep as many of the babies as I can. But after you've strained it out, you just kind of take, this is probably a tablespoon is what I do. How you determine how much you're gonna put in here is gonna be trial and error for everybody's house. So it is the kefir grains, the milk. If it's used to the milk, I always use Aldi whole milk from my town, so it knows what milk I use, and then the temperature. So if my kitchen is cooler, it actually ferments slower. If the kitchen is warmer, it ferments faster. So the amount of kefir grains you use is gonna change throughout the year. And it also is time. So like, I don't always do it at the same time every day. I might do it at 7, it might be 10 o'clock. So I just kind of set it on the counter and I watch. I'm like, oh, it's starting to separate. I need to go ahead and strain that. So once your grains are in there, then I just pour the whole milk. And you do want to try to get it from the same place every time because all stores get their milk from different locations. So, and then I get fresh lid and just shake it up, and then I just go sit it on the counter. So then this has like a little bit of extra kefir grains that you can either start storing them to share, or I just pitch them because I don't need them all the time. So get this clean, you're gonna clean that out, and then you got your kefir milk. So it's just this thick milk, looks kind of like melted ice cream. So then from there, you can do a couple different things. This is I keep half gallon in the refrigerator, and I just fill this. Ryan pours cups, he just likes to drink it like buttermilk. So he pours this into cups, and then I pour it into my smoothie in the morning. But what you also can do is this amount is the perfect size to go into the small batter bowl. And then I'm using the smaller strainer, and there's a coffee filter in here, just one of the round coffee filters. And so I did this maybe like 3 days ago. And so this amount will actually fit completely in that coffee filter. You just have to pour it until it kind of fills up. Sometimes you have to recenter that coffee filter and then let it drain a little bit until it goes down or you'll overflow, and then pour a little bit more in, let it drain a little bit. And you can see a little bit there how the curds and whey separate. So the first night I put this in there, I let it drain so that this whole bottom was filled with the whey and it was touching my strainer. And so then I just would go dump it out and then stick it in the fridge with some plastic over it. And then it still strained this much more out in the last 3 days. So it was already filled plus all of this. So your kefir cream cheese is the size of your little coffee filter. So this I make with some different mixes from the Amish grocery store. I'll make dips out of, or you can take this amount and then you take 12 tablespoons of your kefir milk that's already made, and I whip it up with like a electric mixer, one of those like long ones, and it makes kefir sour cream. So we keep that in the fridge, and you have to stir it. It kind of like rises because it's a fermented food. So you just stir it, whip it back up, and then you use it until it starts to smell like really, it's not bad, but when it smells strong, then it's kind of strong to eat. So that's what I do.